Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope all you are doing good. So in this video, we are mainly focusing on how you can prepare for Tata Institute of Social Sciences post-graduation entrance examination. And since our channel is mainly focusing on social work related subject, so in this video also we are mainly focusing on how you can prepare for MA Social Work entrance examination. So for understanding about how you have to prepare for the TISS net examination, especially in social work, and also which all are the books you have to read for the preparation and other different dimensions. We have a resource person. Her name is KrishnaPriya. Currently, she is pursuing her PhD from Department of Social Work, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Also, she completed her MA Social Work from Department of Social Work, Tata Institute of Social Sciences only. So, Krishna Priya is here. She will explain what you have to focus while you are preparing for TISS net entrance examination. Hello, Krishna Priya. Welcome to the Zoom meeting. Today we are mainly focusing on about how to prepare for the TISS net examination. We have Krishna Priya. She's a research scholar from TISS. I invite Krishna Priya. Please introduce yourself and please tell something about the TISS. Hi.
Yeah. My name is KrishnaPriya. I come from Tamil Nadu. I've done my bachelor's from Rajagiri College of Social Sciences, Kerala, and I have done my master's from TISS Mumbai campus itself. And right now, I am a PhD scholar in Department of Social Works in TISS itself. So, about TISS, TISS, as we all know, it's a very premier institution. Let's say this is the Mother Institute for Social Work. It has been established in 1936 and which was established as Sir Dorabji Tata Graduate School of Social Work. And in 1940, Dr. Clifford was the first director of TISS and which began the social work education in India with only 20 students. Okay. And right now, TISS has been spread to in four campuses in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Guwahati, and Tuljapur, and which has 20 schools, 45 centers, and 8 independent centers. And this is the official website of the TISS, and more details can be, clicked and searched by the students itself. Yeah.
Okay, so you have completed your PG from Tata Institute, and currently you are doing your PhD also from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So, can you please explain what
Yeah.
motivate you to apply to the TISS campus or TISS Institute?
Yeah. See, as a student myself, I was not aware. So, when you apply for masters, we'll be just hardly 20 years. Okay. So, we won't be having much knowledge about any very big campuses or institutions beforehand. So, during our third year of our Bachelor's of Social Work, our teachers gave a very small but a detailed orientation about the good institutions where we can pursue Masters of Social Work. Okay. So they really pressed on us to not apply to the same campus where we have done our bachelor's. They wanted us to, go further and explore ourselves and test our abilities and come out of your comfort zone. So
Okay.
as we all know, this has been the first and foremost institution any teacher would suggest to a social work student. Okay. So that was the first time. I have never heard about this institution before. So through our teachers only we heard about this institution first and foremost. And from there, there was no like a specific motivation. The only thing that was in our mind was like they told, that this is the first campus that actually put social work education. So
Okay.
that was one thing which really motivated me to, go and check into their official website, like what is this campus exactly doing and how do they teach and what are the procedures to apply into this campus. Yeah,
Okay.
so that was the
So
little motivation.
yeah, even I need to add a little more about this. Same as you mentioned, teachers or our mentors have a great role to help the students to
reach into higher position. Even when I was studying my post graduation,
Yeah.
my faculty members, they insisted us to write the TISS entrance examination. Usually what happened, once we take
Yeah.
initiative to go and write the examination, then only we can understand what is our potential, whether we can crack such kinds of an examination. So I usually get many mails and
Yeah.
phone calls by asking, ma'am, it's very difficult to go to the institution like TISS or IIT for us. But it's not like that. For every student, if you're putting the complete effort and if you're going with a proper preparations, anyone can crack the exam. That is not a big
Yeah.
deal. And through this Zoom meeting, or through this meeting, we are actually trying to help you people to understand what are the books you can read, and when you need to start the preparation, and what are the different dimensions you have to focus when you are preparing for the exam. And I just want to know about,
Yeah.
since you have already discussed about what motivated you, so how was your preparation for the test net examination? Can you just
Okay.
elaborate about it?
Yeah. So first of all, as for any entrance preparation, as you said, it is not a very difficult thing to crack an exam. Okay, so when you put right time and effort, you can actually crack an tough competitive exam if you put a right amount of energy and effort into it. Okay,
Yes.
but at that point of time, to be frank, I was not into that much of preparation thing and all. But one thing which really helped me to, maybe to, cross the entrance exam was that because we were in constant touch with the syllabus. So I
Okay.
was my BSW third year when I applied for the masters. Okay. So the syllabus and the portions which we studied were like, fresh in our mind. So
Mm.
that was one part which actually helped me. So, actually what is like, getting the information, what the teachers are saying and preparing for
Okay.
assignments and
Mm-mm.
studying for the examination during our bachelor's have
Mm.
helped me, a lot in getting through the examination.
Okay.
And these are the some books which I will not tell I kind of put lot of effort, but these are some books which are, important for social work students. Since I
Okay.
was from a social work background, I'll
Mm.
just give a small
Mm.
introduction about how these books help me, achieve at least, help me to attend some of the questions in the testnet examinations.
Okay.
So the first social work Arihant book is the book which has a very comprehensive syllabus of the whole social work. I'm not telling that, you can cover everything in this book, but it is a very encapsulated version of the whole social work. It consists of everything like, social case work, history, group work, research, administration, social action and advocacy, and community. So everything is included in that book. So if you want to have a, 1 month preparation of a test or, UGC net examination, this book can be a very helpful at the 11th hour. Okay.
Okay.
And Indian polity obviously encapsulates all about your constitution, fundamental rights,
Mm.
Panchayati Raj, and 12-year plans, everything. And developmental
Mm.
psychology and general psychology, it covers about psychology, through the lifespan of an individual. And
Okay.
Sociology by C.N. Shankar Rao is a very basic yet very essential book which is needed for social work students because
Okay.
it covers almost 95% of all the sociology concepts, which
Okay.
is a very important thing because it consists of theories, it consists of all the important definitions and a lot of very main concepts as well. And the
Okay.
K Park is about the social medicine and the community health plans, schemes, and history of everything. So I
Okay.
would also suggest the students to, if they are getting the books, I would suggest the students to get the latest version.
Okay.
So these might be the older versions, and please check if the students are getting the book. It will be good if they are getting the updated version.
Okay. Okay.
So these are some books which I have been using as a reference for myself. But these
Okay.
are not only the books which you can refer to,
Yes.
but there
Yes.
are also other books as well for
Mm.
research as well. So you can
Mm.
use other lot of books as well. These are for the important concepts of social work.
Mm.
And JJ, can you move to the next slide so that I
Yeah.
can tell
Sure.
about the
Mm.
general
Yeah.
papers
Sure.
as well?
Mm.
So also to note is net not only consists of our social work or any prescribed subjects, it is also a very competitive exam which also has English vocabulary, reasoning, aptitude, lot of arithmetical questions also comes. Okay, so in that case, you can use these set of books and also familiar books which are available in the market, or any MBA preparation books can of be help for any student for cracking
Okay.
TISS examination. Yeah, so these
Okay.
are some books which can be used.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even I want to add it. Even what I felt, IGNO books are really helpful because if we are very new to
yeah,
the social work, their
yeah,
writings and everything is in very simple language. Anyone can understand. So usually IGNO
yeah,
we can get directly. You can download from Google, and if you're just reading, it will
yeah,
help us to understand the concept properly. And one thing which
yeah,
I followed, that is for my PhD. That's why I'm not much involving in TISNet preparation, but I think this also will help. There can be new concept which is emerging in social work field. So since we need to
true.
write some description examinations and all, it is not we have to write a description as well, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not wrong, yeah. So
yeah, yeah,
what we need to do, the things which I practiced, some new concept we need to be I mean, we have to get some idea. If you can take that new concept while you are writing and just highlighting that point, what happened,
yeah,
those who are evaluating the paper can understand you are updating the things. And we have
yeah,
different kinds of journals that is helping for, I mean, new researchers are coming. So if you're just going through the highly impacted journal in social work, you can just download it, or you can just go through the website and can read and understand which one are the emerging concepts in social work. So that also help you to improve or
true.
help to make your this examination bit easier.
Yeah.
So
Chechi,
that,
can I add one point as
yeah,
well?
you can, yeah.
So, the thing is, like for social work, you don't have a very peculiar book. For any other courses, you have a very peculiar book. Okay, so this is for social work. Like that, we don't have a very specified books. It is also like, it's all a culmination of lot of history, of
Yes, yes.
sociology, and lot of other sciences as well. So if students really want to prepare, they have to go search. Actually, they have to Google a lot of things. As you
Yes,
said,
yes.
IGNO is a very very easily accessible for all students, as it is there in the open itself. Like you can access the PDF. Likewise, a lot of other concepts also can be downloaded from Google. It just takes a little time and effort to sit and actually download all those things.
Yes, and
Yeah,
even I found Kerala plus two social sciences, social work, that is also very helpful with the pictures and all. They explained everything
yeah,
properly. See, since we are PG students and preparing for the PG, I mean PG entrance examination, usually they ask for the basic questions. So the thing is that we have to get a proper clarity about the concept. Then it is very easy to crack the
yeah,
examination. That's what I found.
true.
And can you just explain about some of the preparation tips which you have followed?
Yeah, sure, sure. So, when I wrote my test exam, it was a three-tier process. Okay. So
Okay.
first you will have a MCQ test,
Okay.
objective mark questions,
Mm.
and after that you will be having two exams, two tests, which has written exam and a interview. So
Okay.
that is the process. That's a three-tier process. Okay. So
Mm.
before jumping to that, I'll just tell how to, get in touch with the TISS thing before, entering into studying or whatever it is. Okay. So start the preparation before 6 months. Generally, usually the TISS exams happens in January.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the
Yeah.
one reason we are doing the video on August. So you get 6 months of preparation time properly. Yeah.
Yeah, true. So in general, the test exam happens in January and the selection process goes from there on. So March you will have, after the selection and all, you will have the notification for the interview and test, and after that the certificate verification happens. And
Okay.
then in June our class starts usually. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So before 6 months will be an ideal time, and even 1 year is okay. Okay. But then I'm
Okay.
telling 6 months will be an ideal time for you to prepare for exams.
Okay.
So first of all, before attending any exam, you have to understand the exam pattern, like how it is going to be. Okay.
Okay.
So now I won't tell it was before, but right now after COVID and all, there are a lot of Zoom meetings and webinars and free orientations of TISS itself, that happens online. So you can attend that, free of cost, and
Mm.
really understand what is exactly happening in this and all. So you will get to know how they're preparing for examination and how is the pattern of the exams and how they study and all. Okay. So before that, you connect with the test people. They might be your juniors or even seniors. Okay. So you get in touch with them, ask them for the updates. So most of the people, they will have, they will know when the
Yes.
notification comes,
Yeah,
when
we
the
get the mail
notification
through
time
the,
will be open.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
we get the
moreover,
mail through
test
our
people,
mm,
yeah, it is
mm,
mail ID, and even it will be in the TISS official website. Okay. And I would really say, start practicing 1 to 2 hours every day. That is the least that we can do for a competitive
yes,
examination.
yes, yes,
I'm not telling it is enough. Okay.
mm,
But I'm telling that it would help you to crack the exam. Okay.
yes,
We might think what 1 or 2 hours will do, but actually 1 to 2 hours will do a lot of good in the future when you are attending an exam. Okay. Second thing is like, update your reading skill and English vocabulary. I would tell even before you apply for test examination or any other examination, in fact, if you sit and read English books or hear podcast or, any interviews by any people in English to
yes,
increase your English vocabulary. Because most of the time, students struggle to answer the questions because it is in English. Okay,
yes,
they're scared or they get very reluctant to attend the questions because it is in English. Okay, so once you come out of the fear of English, it will be
mm,
one step forward when you attend the exams. Okay,
yes, yes,
so you can just start by reading small novels or English-based novels or anything that would help to increase your English vocabulary. I'm not telling it should be perfect, but
mm,
at least you can take little steps. Okay,
yes,
create a buddy system for preparing test net. That is because in your class, not everyone is going to apply for test exams. Okay,
yes,
if you are really interested to pursue masters in I mean test campuses and all, you can find 1 or 2 people who might be coming in align with your thoughts. Okay, so find them, pick them, have a study schedule, after your class and all, sit for 1 hour or 2 hours and just have a very, a small study pattern where you can actually sit and study or, you can just
mm,
even talk about, so these questions will be there or these questions will be there. So this is one thing I followed in my campus. It was for a very short time. Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
there were 1, 2 friends. So we would come after class and we would sit. Okay,
mm,
I'll borrow 2, 3 books from library, and we will sit and crack this reasoning and logical aptitude questions. I won't say it was a very focused thing and all, but somehow when we did that, we figured little bit of tricks, how
yes,
to crack these questions and all. So that
mm,
really helped me.
yes, yes.
So that is why I'm
E-
telling, if you, yeah,
And even I need to add, same pattern we have followed. When I was studying in Central
yeah,
University of Karnataka, it's not because of us or we got into the TISS, but our teachers have done after the college hour, they forced us to sit into the classroom and asked us to take a books, whatever books it is, okay, which is related to our subject,
yeah,
read for a half an hour and try to write whatever we have read, we have to write it in the any paper or books. So what happened when we are doing it, one thing
yeah,
is about we are getting new knowledge, another thing again we are I mean giving a exercise for our brain and also to the hand, so because
revision to your
yeah,
brain.
revision, yeah.
Yeah,
So it increase our memory power automatically, and for writing also we get a little bit faster
yeah,
because which is very important. Even if you are reading lots of things and we have
yeah,
n number of knowledge, if you are unable to write that in the paper, then it will be difficult. So
yeah,
as Krishna Priya mentioned,
yeah.
so this
So
will really help. as to crack the examination. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like adding to this point itself, that is why I told the students to, update their reading skills and, English vocabulary,
Yes,
because
yes.
you might have a lot of knowledge. So, there were friends of mine in campus who had like literally a good conceptual understanding about social work,
Mm.
but they were not able to put it in English. Okay. So they were not able to connect it properly through English, and that made them reluctant not to apply for test examination.
Yes,
So
yes,
this is
yes.
a very real life example why we should actually update our English knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. And then like I said, after buddy system, you can have a lot of classes in YouTube channels. Like
Yes.
it's not only about social work, it is also about understanding a lot of other concepts. It may be in research or
Yes.
sociology or psychology,
Yes.
or how to crack, how
Yeah.
to crack the reasoning and aptitude. There's a lot of channels that help
Channels. Yeah.
actually students to study and sit in how to crack all these things, how to manage the time, and
Yeah.
they'll be giving tips also. Okay. And all like last but not least, always keep checking the TISS website for any notification. Like
Okay.
whenever they put, it might not be very, prominent and all, because TISS website always has a lot of notifications.
Yes.
So it is very necessary for students who are really interested to keep in touch with any of their seniors or juniors in TISS, or to, keep a regular update on the TISS website.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for missing one point. So attend mock test to train your brain, because as we all said, we need practice. We need our brain to be, activated. So
Yes.
if you are attending a logical or aptitude question first, it will take you like 2 minutes to attend a question. Okay.
Yes.
Whether you get into the right answer or wrong answer is always secondary. But the time you
Yes.
take to attend the question, read it and analyze it in your mind, your brain should be really active to compartmentalize everything what is going in the question. And by the time, you might only have like 30 seconds to 45 seconds to attend one question. So by the time, you have to solve it in your mind, and you have to be ready with the answer. Okay, so this is why we always tell to attend mock test, because this actually helps your brain to keep check of the time, because when the timer is running out, automatically you go into this fight mode and you try to do every calculation within, as we all do in the last 10 minutes of the examination, we try to put something in the paper. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
we need to do mock test for this purpose itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so Krishna Priya, we have discussed about the preparation tips now. I think we need to get more
Yeah.
clarity on the, as you mentioned, we have the three-tier system of examination. So if you're
Yeah.
explaining it in a proper way, within different phases, that will help the viewers to understand it properly. So can you explain it
We
more?
will explain in the coming slides.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
okay.
explain it in the coming slides, so that
Okay, yeah.
the students will be able to understand more in detail. Okay.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So right now I am explaining for postgraduate courses, masters.
Mm,
Okay, so as I said in earlier cases, it is a, three-tier system. So
mm,
first system, it will be, an objective MCQ question type. So after this application, the exam dates will be notified in the website. Okay, you won't get
mm.
any specific mail or anything. It will be there in the website only. So the
Okay.
first exam will be a multiple choice question based examination.
Mm,
So 100 questions will be there, and they don't have negative marking. Till now, they
okay.
don't have negative marking. Why this is important is because even though you don't know the answer of some questions, it is very important to attend all the questions,
Yes.
because maybe in fluke you might get some answers corrected, which might actually help you to get the pass mark or the what the cutoff marks. Okay,
Okay.
so let's say if you're getting 38 and you
Mm.
don't know two answers, okay, and by fluke you're just attending two questions which might come right. Okay,
Yes.
so you might get 40 out of 100, which might be the cutoff marks. I'm not telling 40 is the cutoff marks, but I'm just
Mm.
telling an example. So that might be a chance that you get into the first phase of the examination. Okay.
Okay, got it.
And to attend all
One
the
minute.
questions,
Yeah, so for one question, 1 mark, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like attend all the questions mostly, and time management is very important. When we see 100 MCQs, we all will be like, how will we write all these questions in a certain point of time? But it is always important to keep your, brain very active, so that you have to keep telling that you will be able to attend all the questions. And since there is no negative marking, you can just attend the questions. Okay.
Yes.
As I was saying, attend all the questions, and time management is very important, because you won't get much time to sit and analyze and choose the options, correct? What would I say is that, see the question and try to bring the answers from your side itself before seeing the options,
Okay.
because these options might be very similar. Okay. So let's say
Yes.
we have an answer for questions like 98, 98.5, 97, 100. So these are very close numbers. And if you look at it, it will be very confusing. But if you are trained enough, if you have practiced enough, you will find by yourself, and then you will get the right answer, most probably. That will
Yes.
make your choice, selecting the answer easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would say keep practicing. Okay. And
Mhm.
again, telling only the selected candidates from phase one will be, attending the phase two interview and exam. Okay.
Okay.
So for the exam pattern for the students, just click this link so that you can directly go to the mock test and exam pattern, and what are the portions will be covered in the examination, the first examination.
Yeah, I will put that
Okay.
in the description box so it will be easy for them
Yeah, yeah.
to check. Okay.
Sure.
So as she mentioned, those who are, who got the pass mark only, they will only go to the second phase, that is interview and
Yeah.
the written test. So she will
Written
explain
test.
how you have to prepare for the written test and interview. Yeah.
Okay. So again, the second phase will be a written exam and interview on the same date. For when we attended the TISS exams after the selection process of the first phase, we had the written exam and the interviews on the same day. Okay. So the written exam will be the first thing, and after that only every student who are selected for the second phase will be given the interview. So that will
Okay.
happen on the same day. Okay.
Okay.
So the second phase, first thing, you'll be when in the morning when you go to the campus, you'll be given a venue for the return examination within the campus itself. You'll be allotted to a certain room, and you will have to write a 1 hour examination. And there'll be 5 questions, which will be of 20 marks each. And this will be in total for 100 marks. And
Okay.
again, there is no negative marking, because it is not an MCQ question based. It is a very
Yes.
subjective, analytical question based examination. So, one thing what I would really like to say is, because the time is only 1 hour, and when you see 20-mark question, you tend to write long, because what we have done in our
Mm.
bachelor's is that only when you write for long sheets you will get marks. Okay. But that is not the case in TISS. If you write crisp and very precise explanation of the answers, even if it is for 1.5 page, you will be allotted marks. Okay. So you need not write a very lengthy answer and all. Okay. You have a very good framework like an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. That will mostly put the students in time check. So you
Yes.
need not write long pages. You can write, 2 to 3 pages. That will be more than enough for the
Yeah.
written examination for one question.
Okay, I
Yeah.
have one question. Maybe many
Yeah.
students have applied for two subjects, maybe in this, like maybe social work,
Yeah.
HRM, like that. So how we have to manage the timing and writing and
Okay, so in that case, you will be given extra time, extra 1 hour. Okay, so
okay,
if you have applied for gender studies and social work, you'll be given social work thing first, and then you will write for gender studies. So if you
okay,
have applied for social work only, you will write for 1 hour examination. So
okay,
if you
got it.
have applied for more than one specialization, you'll be given extra time.
Okay,
Yeah,
is there any
and
yeah?
Yeah,
No, I'm
you
asking
tell.
like only you can apply for two subject, or is there any subject limit for the while applying?
I think for specialization, you can click for three subjects actually.
Under
I'm
social
not
work,
clear
three
about the
subject.
centers. Yeah,
Okay.
three
Mm.
subjects. Yeah, you
Okay.
can click for three subjects. When we
Okay.
were applying, it was like that. For three, specializations, you can apply.
But for the three specialization, we don't want to write separate exam, right?
No, no.
Okay.
For every center, you will have different exam. For
Okay.
social work, if you are choosing children and family, community and all, you won't have like lot of exams. You'll have only
Okay.
for center of
One
social work,
exam.
you'll have one exam. Yeah,
Okay.
for center of gender studies, you'll have one exam
Okay. I
like
think
that.
you got a
And
clarity.
the
Yeah, if you are applying for different center, you have to write separate examination. Say, for example, you are
yeah,
applying for gender studies and social work. First 1 hour you can write for social work, then next 1 hour you
yeah,
have to write for the gender studies. And in social
yes,
work, you can apply for three specialization
three
where
sub.
you don't
Yeah,
three subject, yeah, where you don't want to
yeah,
write a separate examination. The separate
yeah.
examination is only for different centers. I think it is,
Centers. Yes,
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
so one thing which I have really noted is, when we ask after the exams or even previous people or any people who have attended the exams, they
okay,
will tell,
mm.
I just skipped one question. Okay.
Okay, mm.
That easily they will tell they just skipped one question. The problem with that thing is because you lose 20 marks at a time.
Yeah,
In just 1 second you miss 20 marks. Okay.
yes, yes,
What I will really suggest is that, you break down the time.
yes,
You take 7 to 8 minutes for answering the question and keep 2 minutes in check, so that at that after 1 hour you will have 10 minutes for checking and going revision, underlining or highlighting some important concepts in that way. So you tend to overwrite for one question, like 15
yeah,
to 20 minutes for one question and 5 minutes for other questions. It's no.
yes,
Equally divide and probably try to schedule it and attend all the questions, because since there is no negative marking, if you write even one paragraph, it might help you to score for the examination. Because this interview and plus the written exam, they will cumulatively put the score. Then only you'll get through the you know both
yes,
the
yes,
things. So it is very important to attend all these questions as well. So that is one tip. And other thing is like connect it with statistics, theory or any schemes which are very relevant to your question. So you might be given a case study. Let us say you are given an example of a child, or okay, let's say a woman facing domestic violence in her home, who is financially not independent. Okay, so you can put up with domestic violence act, and then you can put the statistics in the introduction, and then you can connect it with the dependent syndrome or any other theory which is related to the question, and you write a small diagram. So the
okay,
people who are judging your correcting your answer sheets will
mm.
get a clear picture, so that okay, the student has a little bit knowledge in
Yeah,
these things.
that's,
It's not about only words, it is connecting the concepts. Okay,
yes,
so put up some schemes or policies or statistics in
yes,
the introduction, that will actually catch the eye of the attention of the people who are evaluating your answer sheets.
yes, yes,
And have a very small framework for your answer. It need not be very detailed. It can be
mm.
like very simple thing like introduction and the body and conclusion.
Conclusion. So
Okay,
what I
so that
suggest, if you
will,
can put the some discussion, usually what I do personally, I try to include the discussion session where whatever we are learned, we can write. At the same time, you also have to make some analytical power. Okay,
yeah,
so there can be many things. So if you are putting your analytical things in your examination paper, that will impress,
yeah,
automatically impress the evaluator, which help you to
yeah,
score good marks. Okay.
yes, that's true. And
And
also
another,
one thing,
no, no, you can continue.
okay. So one thing what I will also suggest is that if you have any field inputs, so in your bachelor's of social work, you might have gone to an organization which works for women. Okay, so you can put up a little, very 2 to 3 sentences where you can highlight your perspective of how you worked and how it has, helped you
Yes.
in answering these questions.
Mm.
Yeah, so fieldwork experiences can also be added on.
Yeah.
Go on,
I have
Jyoti.
one question. You have can you tell some questions which is that is related to the second phase examination, as you mentioned about the domestic violence? Can you give one more
Okay,
example?
yeah, so when I attended the examination, what I got was a case of a child. Okay,
Mm.
so they just gave you a child and his or her characteristic. Okay, so you are a social worker, and
Okay.
it's like you are given a chance to analyze this child. Okay, and prepare a casework plan. So that was the
Okay.
question which was given for us. So the description about the boy was, I think it is a boy, whoever it is. So it was like this person was lonely, is
Okay.
not doing good in academics, and then afterwards he's not concentrating, poor concentration, and he has very attention seeking. He creates ruckus in the classroom. He
Okay.
has an attention seeking behavior, and the teacher has come to you. I mean, come to the social work in
Okay.
order to counsel the child. So what will you do? So what I did, I clearly remember, was that first you talk with the child and you talk with the teacher, and then you go to the home of the child. you know from
Mm.
there you might be getting the relationship
Clear
pattern.
picture.
So
Mm.
you draw the social network, how the connection, the social mapping. So one
Yes.
technique, you use the social mapping. Second, you use field work.
Yes.
Third, you use theory. I used the systems theory, where how the different system like macro systems, which are parents who might not be having a very good connection with the child, or the parents might be having a very broken relationship which directly
Okay.
affects the child.
Mm.
And then you put into the meso system of teachers,
Mm.
where the teacher and the child is not having a good relationship with the child and all. So how the different systems interact with the child.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
put a
got it.
theory. Okay, so
Yes.
you
Mm.
include theories, you include techniques of social work, and you include any schemes or policies.
Yeah.
So in that case, you prepare a casework study. So this
Okay,
was the
got
question
it.
which was given. So you tend to, inculcate a lot of concepts. It's not only
Okay.
description; it is
Yeah,
also
got
a
it.
lot of small concepts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that will be the return examination.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So moving on
Mm.
to the interviews, as you mentioned, interview is also in the second phase, right? The same day
Yeah,
it is happening. Yeah.
yes. So immediately after the return examination, you will be given the venue for the interviews. So probably they'll be put up in quadrangle, the main area in Mumbai campus, I'm telling. So you'll be given the rooms for the interview in the quadrangle. So you can ask people. There will be people who will be helping, who will be
1 minute.
guiding you.
Quadrangle is actually a place in this campus. Okay. So,
This campus.
yeah.
So yeah, sorry,
Mhm.
really sorry. So it's a
Yeah.
camp. It's a place in the
Common
when you
place in
enter
a
into the
campus.
campus, it is a common area where all the notifications and all the venues will be noted, and where it will be put up, where the students have to go. So the interview can vary for 20 to 45 minutes per person, and usually you have three faculty members in a panel generally. Okay, it might not be from your own specialization. So when I applied for I think women centered practice, I was having three faculty members from different specialization from social
Okay.
work itself.
Okay.
One was from community and development, one was from obviously women centered practice, and one was from tribal studies. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
so you won't be having a specific panel, it'll be a mixed panel. Okay, and
Okay.
interview panel, according, they'll be very friendly, and it'll be a very in-depth discussion. It won't be a cross, it won't be a stress interview. Most probably it will be a very cordial discussion. So what they're trying to do is to get into your mind, how you perceive things, and your analytical ability to answer the questions, like the presence
Yes.
of mind.
Mm.
uh, I clearly remember. So one of friends were asked, "What is your stand about corporal punishment in schools?" Okay, we everybody know how we will be tensed, and they are
Yes.
also people who have taken a lot of interviews. When we sit and think, we will tell corporal punishment is not a good thing, it should
Yeah.
not be there in schools and all. But at that point of time, the person told yes, it was okay. Okay. And then when they put up some other opposing opinion, the faculty members were telling, how do you, substantiate your view on this? The person had to substantiate his or her own views.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So it won't be that stressful, but even though when we tell it is not stressful, it is an interview. It is bound to have
Yeah.
some sort of pressure on you. Okay. So be well prepared on your own subjects. General understanding of your concepts can be very helpful because they might ask you very simple questions. It
Yeah.
might not be very, in-depth question. They might be just asking, tell three techniques of social work or anything that you remember for casework. At that point of time, we might not be, in the correct state of mind. We will be, just going to the flight mode. So better take, 2 seconds of time, and if even if you don't understand the question, it is okay to ask them. Can you
Yes. Mm.
reframe, or can you please repeat the question? You can ask the panel. They will
Yeah.
repeat the question.
Yes.
And if you do not know, it is better to tell that you do not know about the
Yeah,
question.
that's a one point I need to add. If
Yeah,
you don't know about particular answer, we can always have the option to tell that we don't know. I will try to
yeah,
learn more about it. Otherwise, don't simply
yeah.
argue with the panel because that again make you in
Panel.
the more confusion or other kinds of problems. So it's better if you
Yeah,
don't know,
and
tell directly, don't know. Mm. Yeah.
yeah, it also might be, putting the impression that, you are not ready to change, or, you are
Yes.
just, beating around the bush to, prove your point. Okay.
Mm.
And this is out of subject. What I will really suggest is that since the interviews can take a little bit of time, since
Yes.
the students will be not in a very proper mindset, it is always helpful to have a, like, a little snacks and
Yeah.
a bottle of water with you, because that was one thing which I didn't do, and I was carrying the documents, I was running here and there, I didn't have my proper food, or hydration. So eventually you will get tired. So if you have
Mm-mm.
attempted for three specializations, it might take you till evening. Okay.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
have a bottle of water and little bit of snacks, or a bar of chocolate. That might really help you actually. So it is
Mm-mm.
also very important to, keep your body intact. If you're
Mm.
tired, your answering will be tired. And the
Yes.
people, the panel will get, okay, this person is not fresh enough to answer question, and they will cut short the interview very easily.
Yes.
They
Yes.
won't
Yes.
pressure you for a lot of questions. If you seem tired, they will just cut short the interview.
Yes.
So better be hydrated, and have
Mm.
some food in your
Prepared
tummy.
for
That will
it.
really
Yeah.
help you.
Mm.
Yeah,
So as we mentioned, don't think that interview will be very stressful because they all know
yeah,
that we are PG students. We only have this much of age, and our understanding level also they are able to understand. So
yeah,
you can answer from your level. I mean, don't think that the interview panel always having the experiences and they have done lots of research. You don't want
yeah,
to mind about that. They only talk from their experience, and we are talking from our experience. So they are into the position to understand your students, and your answer is also will be from that perspective. So whatever you
yeah.
feel you can
And
answer.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, and also what I tell, I really agree with Arundhati. So what the thing is that they are really experienced people, okay? So they will be able to understand your point of view, why you are answering like that, and how much headspace you have in each concept.
Yes.
So it is not
Yes.
necessary to think from their perspective. It is
Yeah.
very important to think from your own perspective on how you
Yes.
stand on a certain concept, or how is your value system holding you in that question. So it is very
Yes.
important to speak for yourself and how you would be answering the question rather than from their point of view.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think these are the interviews round, right? First MCQ,
yeah,
then is
yeah,
about the repentance, then interview. So you have completed,
yes,
I mean, have done everything MCQ and got into this institution.
yeah,
So once you have entered into that institution, or after completing your 2 years of TISS. Can you explain what all are your experiences and what you are trying to, what you have missed, or you have any things to suggest to the students who are trying to enter into this campus?
Okay. Yeah, so as any student of this will say, it will be always a very all-rounder experience. Okay.
Mm.
Everywhere we might miss one or two things. Okay, but I would
Yes.
really say it is a very all-rounder experience because
Mm.
one thing what this does is, okay, this schedule is very hectic. I'm
Yeah.
not telling this to scare the children off, but even you might know it is a very hectic schedule. You have classes from 9:30 till 6:30 in the evening. Okay. So when you hear it in the first year, you will be like, oh, I won't be having any social space, or you won't have any time to attend any other programs or parties, or you won't have any me time. That is not true at all. Okay. This is a place where you can actually explore a lot of things. What one thing I would really say is that it will actually break your comfort zone and break a lot of stereotypes which you have.
Yes.
So
Yes.
during my degrees, my bachelor's, I had a lot of questions unanswered. Okay, that is a part of growing. Okay,
Yes.
but there were a lot of questions which were unanswered. Okay, this will actually help you, seek answers for these questions.
Yes.
It will actually break you and break you into a lot of pieces and then build you up. Okay, you might be having certain understanding of a concept, but
Yeah.
when you read and when you get into the TISS institution, it won't spin, it won't, it won't be, pushing things into your mouth and all. Like you'll be like,
Yes.
learn by yourself. It won't
Mm.
spoon feed you. Okay.
Yes.
So it is a place where you have to actually struggle a little bit, but eventually once you, after 1 or 2 months, you will
You
really
get into that point.
understand,
Yes.
and you will actually enjoy the pace of the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing which
There'll
I
be,
like in TISS, can I add one point? Because as you
yeah, sure,
mentioned,
sure.
it's a the learning experience in TISS is very different, because when you are going to
Yeah,
canteen or any other places, you can see that students are sitting there and discussing about different dimensions of theory, whatever it is. It
yeah.
might be about the
True.
theories, societies, and all. So that culture, first time I'm seeing in TISS. I mean, every good institution like TISS, IIT, if you're asking to a student from there, their culture is like they usually, I mean, spend their time for discussing about different topics and for getting
Yeah,
different dimension about the topic, which is very important in our, I
yeah.
mean, for growing ourselves, for understanding ourselves. Yeah.
To your point,
Mm.
what I have also observed is that students don't waste time, chill, like they chill actually, but it involves a lot of intellectual and conversations
Yeah.
between faculty members and students. So one thing what I've observed is that in this campus, the faculty members take time to mingle with the students, and
Yes.
they have a very cordial relationship with the students. There is no like certain hierarchy. Here you
Yes.
are seen as, kind of adults, and you sit and talk, or you can see faculty members, having a break with the students and discussing concepts, and having a very random conversation, but which has a lot of in-depth understanding of the same concept in itself. So that is one thing which I really liked. And also the students, after coming from the class, you have a lot of groups. It is not a very deliberate or formal groups. You can see in front of library or in front of canteen in hostels, people just sit and talk. That is a very casual banter, which includes a lot of things about our, studies. Okay, because they don't spoon feed you. You actually need to talk with other people, and you need to learn things from other people as well. So that
Yeah.
is one thing which I really learned.
And one thing I like about that is the way they are teaching. Usually, they taught theories through some films and all, right? Especially for the
Yeah,
postgraduate students, they choose some
yeah,
movie and show that movie to in front of the student and ask them to write
yeah,
about connect with the theories. So, which is
yeah, yeah,
very important. It's not like just we are reading the theories, understanding different concept, and if you don't know how to connect that with the life, then we
Yeah.
simply wasted
It's
our time to learn the theory.
yeah.
So when we are asking many students, they usually say, why we are learning theory? Theory doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Practical.
True.
It's not like that. Every practical or every practice or fieldwork practice which you are doing, that is something somehow it's related to theories. Then only
Yeah.
we can.
Second thing is a cultural shock. Okay. Cultural shock is that you cannot go to your room and just sit and relax. You won't
Yeah.
have time for that. Okay. You will be put in different groups. Okay. The first year you have this foundation courses where the whole campus will be put in, one big hall and you will be given lectures. Okay. So you will get lot of friends from different specialization, different centers. You will have friends from health studies, HRM, gender studies, ecology, and you will have a lot of friends from different centers. So you have to work according to their timing. You will be given lot of group assignments. Okay. So after 6:20, you will have your tea and you will sit again for group assignments. It might it can go up to midnight, these sessions, but you will really enjoy these things. So
Yes,
you
yes.
won't feel a burden in it. Okay. Because these group, it will be of your age and you will have a lot of input and lot of conversations and lot of dynamics happening in between these groups, so you won't be bored or you won't feel any, you won't be feeling any tendency to escape from these groups. So I
Yes.
think that is there, one cultural shock is there.
Yeah, one thing which I liked when we are getting the assignment, usually what we do, we directly go to Google and type the things and write. That won't happen in
Yeah,
this. There is a plagiarism check. You cannot copy paste from Google or anything. You have to use your
yeah,
analytical thinking and have to write. So, which really help for us. I mean, those who are really want to learn more, and this is a great platform and good platform to learn
yeah,
lots of things. So that is another thing which you find little bit difficult. That is only like a starting. Anyway, it will take
yeah,
everyone to be more comfortable. Once you are into that system, and once you are writing the things, you will enjoy. Definitely, you will
yeah.
enjoy the things. Yeah.
That's true. That is where I just put up, academic adjustments, because in your degree, you might be given articles, you might be given presentations in hand. You will be having a
Yeah.
lot of printouts, from there you can study and you can just write. Okay. But it is, you won't get such articles. You might be given very, very big, very complex
Articles.
articles, and you have to sit and read. You have to ask people what this means. You have to go to channels and see what actually these concepts are. It is a difficult process. I won't say it is a very easy thing, but again, agreeing to Arundhati, I'm telling, it will get easy through the time. After 1 to 2 months, you will really enjoy reading these articles, and you will see how, as a student, you have developed yourself from a,
Yeah.
accepting things
Infants too.
directly to your, uh,
Yeah.
so you will grow. All through the time, you will grow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is one thing there. The class
Mm.
starts from 9:20 usually and ends around 6:20, and in between you get 1 hour break. And in mid of the sessions, you might 10 minutes break for going to the restroom and having a coffee and all. That's not a worry. Okay, but official break you have is only 1 hour, and that too also you will get adjusted automatically. So
Yeah.
field visits and field observations and immediate.
Adding for the class timing, can I add one thing?
Yeah, yeah, sure,
When
sure.
we are talking about human resource management, MA in human resource management, their
Mm.
timing is with, I mean, sometimes they have class at night as well.
Yeah,
Because most of the faculty who's teaching for HRM is from, I mean, international outside of India or also there. And also, what they are saying, since MA, human resource managers, management student have to work in corporate sector, they have to be ready with
ready for
every
the,
times
yeah,
timing and all. So they're practicing that from their PG itself. Maybe
yeah,
the classes will be at night. What time? Usually 7, 8, something like
nine
that.
o'clock. And even in the early mornings, like 6 or 7 o'clock, I've seen HRM students get ready and go to the class. While
Yeah,
social
with
work
full
students,
uniform.
yeah, with full formals actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
formals, not
yeah,
uniform. The formal dresses which they had.
TISS
Yeah,
do not have any uniforms.
uniform. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's way.
it's
Mm.
a very judgment-free zone, and you can wear whatever you want to and you're comfortable to wear. Yeah, so moving
Yes.
on to field visits and field observation. So the time you enter into the masters, after 1 to 2 months, you will start your field visits actually, and it won't be for a longer period of time. You will go to different organizations with different groups of people, not necessarily from your own class. You will be getting field trips with. If you are coming from children and family, my first field work was with people from community and development practice, women centered practice. So it's a like mixture of people going to different organizations. Okay. So this is exactly where
Okay.
you will also bond with different specializations people. You will have a lot
Yeah.
of good network connections because they put you like that. They just actually shuffle you into different people and help you to mingle with other people, otherwise which
Yes.
you wouldn't have, you know, done if you are not given a choice
Yeah.
to do that. Okay, you will just only
Yes. Yes.
talk with your own classmates. So you will
Mm.
have field visits, which you go in the morning and you come back by evening. Okay, so that happens like weekly 2 days. Monday, Tuesday, you will
Okay.
have your field visits and you write the report and you submit it to the field supervisors. Okay, and then as the field internships, which starts when you get into the classes and all. So first semester you will only have field visits. Okay, and from the second
Okay.
semester you will enter into the field work. Okay,
Okay.
and you will have one organization, and in the first year and in the second year, first semester you will have one organization, and the same organization you will do in the last semester for continuous field work like the internship. Okay, so you won't have a
Okay.
different organizations, and there are also
Mm.
international exchange fieldwork opportunities. So that for that process, you have to discuss with the faculty members only because we do not know what is the current status or current trend of exchange students and all. Since after COVID, the processes
Mm.
of these are little difficult to
Mm.
obtain and all, and a
Mm.
lot of cultural activities. This is a place where you will always have a lot of cultural activities and you will really enjoy seeing, and you will also be performing, or you will passively, however, you will take part in a lot of
Yes. Mm.
cultural activities because it is a fun-filled atmosphere. A lot of DJs happens and where a lot
Mm.
of people comes.
Especially for postgraduate students,
Yeah.
especially for postgraduate students, for PhD students,
Yeah,
it's
they can. It
different.
is a free
Yeah,
entry, but again,
yeah.
PhD is a
But
separate journey.
mm,
But for PG students, it
yeah,
is a real time for enjoyment because you will be
yeah,
real stressed at some point of time. But when you hear there is a DJ or there is some kind of cultural activity, you automatically move to the space where these activities are being held down. So this is not only a place for enjoyment, you also learn about them a lot of thing
yeah.
and all,
Mm.
because there is one activity which is specially observed for people with disabilities and all. I think it is the first and foremost program that will be conducted once you enter into the postgraduate, and after that only you will have other programs coming after. So it's a very beautiful journey. You have a
Mm.
lot of cultural activities. You won't be bored in the campus actually, and
Yes,
academic adjustments, earlier, like we talked upon, you
we
won't be
have
given
mentioned. Yeah.
all the things. Yeah.
Mm.
And helps to break our stereotypes. You will try to come out of your comfort zone, or the campus will make you to come out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You will have
Yes.
to push through your limits actually. It won't
Yes.
make you sit in one place, and it won't be an easy ride, but it will be a very enriching experience actually, I would say. Even though you enter into a difficult time and then you get lot of friends, then again you go through some difficult times, then again you achieve something. There's like lot of ups and downs, but you eventually you will learn through all these
Mm.
experiences. And it's a very diverse campus. You can see a lot of people from different states, a lot of
Yes.
people from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Jammu, like people from different northeast, Assam, Nagaland, Gujarat, and lot of it's a very diverse campus. You can see a lot of different ethnicities in the campus, and it will be
Yeah.
very wonderful to learn about their culture and
Culture.
traditions and all stuff. Their space. It helps to understand what this day really means to them and how we do not know about it, and we how we now know things about these things. And you will have
Yeah.
a very moving on to the next point, you will have a very upgraded academic schedule. You won't have time to finish, sit and think and relax and write assignments. It'll be like one assignment after the other assignment. You'll have tests coming, you will have group assignments, but all through the shuffle and you know every confusion, you will finish everything. You will tend
Yeah.
to fix the
And which
deadlines.
is actually needed after our post graduation life. We are moving into a job life
Yeah,
and professional life. So anyway, we have to practice this.
true.
I mean, the managing the time and the
Yeah.
busy schedule, and also that definitely help us to understand
It
the
helps
things.
to grow actually. you know
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be irritated that you will be having some plan to go and take rest in your home, and suddenly there will be a group assignment. Okay.
Yes.
And some people won't show up, some people won't work, and you will sail through all of these things. So yeah,
Yes.
I
Yes.
think this was my experience in altogether.
Okay.
And yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and moving on to the placements, as we know that is usually
Yeah.
provide the placements. So can you explain about the placements and all in TISS?
Yeah, for social work, after your second year, second first semester, by the half of these things, there'll be like two committees, student committee and
Second year, right? Second
second year,
year, third
first,
semester.
I mean third semester. Yeah.
Yeah, third
Yeah.
semester. Yeah.
So you can
Okay.
sign in and attend the placements. A lot of organization come, social work and HRM for every schools. A lot of placement opportunities comes, and you can attend. Okay, and then you can get a job. So every organization will have different requirements. Some might ask you to write a statement of purpose. Some might only have a very small interview. Some might have different tired interview functions. So it is
Okay.
always necessary before you attend the interview. It is always you will be given notification what organization is
Okay.
coming to the interview, and you can give the name to the placement committee head, and they'll put you to the
Okay.
interview process. But I always suggest you
Okay.
to research the organization the day
Mm.
before, or whatever whenever you
Yeah.
hear about the organization, do a little research, study about the vision and their focus, their
Vision and purpose.
target,
Yeah.
their market, how much salary expectation you can have when you attend the interview. So it is always good to have a very neat research. Even if it is a small thing, you can actually put up a small thing like what are you expecting from this organization
Yes.
financially, and as well as in professional learning as well. So it's better to do a little research and come and sit for the
Mm.
placement.
Okay, one more thing I need to add, like
Yeah.
usually people think that this is only providing the placement, but the initiative is actually taken by the students.
Yeah,
Okay,
the committees
students
take
have the
the.
student committee have,
Yeah.
yeah, but usually when we were teaching in different institutions and all, or when we are talking with different students, they usually say that our institution is not providing the placements.
Hmm.
Where what I suggest, you can take the initiatives for the
Yeah,
placement. If you
that
can
can be
make the
taken.
students placement committee, yeah, that is one thing which I found very appreciates in, I mean, this is
Yeah.
also supporting for that, and all their supports are there. At the same time, students are taking initiative for the
Yeah,
placement
true.
cells and all.
I would really
So if
like to add one thing. I'm sorry for interrupting.
mm,
So the thing is
yeah,
like,
yeah,
placement, what you can do for any universities or any colleges, what you can do is like, form a system of two or three students of a committee, and then ask to the faculty members, like, what are the good organizations and what are the market of the organization? How can, invite the organization into the campus? It's all a part of a network building. Okay, so through internships
yes,
we can actually collect the names of the organizations and make a list, And then you can ask to the faculty members to talk to the organization, and it's
Yeah.
kind of networking and collaborating, which really this has. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is a very
Yeah.
commendable job what this is doing, and the students as well, the
Yes. Yes.
student committees as well. So that is
Yeah.
one thing the other colleges which do not have a placement committee can take upon. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I need to suggest to the students. Instead of complaining about you don't have the placement
Yeah,
cell, you can initiate and do the things
yeah,
which really will help you in
yeah,
every aspects.
true.
Yeah.
So that is
So,
the placement and all. So
mm,
these are the facilities which I noted. Okay. So one thing I really
mm,
appreciate, or I was really surprised, was that this has a
yeah.
24-hour open library. You
Yes.
can see people coming, in their sweaters, in the morning, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Even myself, a lot of, even Arundhathi also has, he uses library a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So
that's a part of PhD life.
yeah, but then
Yeah.
using library is again your choice whether to use it or not. But the campus has a very good collection of library, books and articles and stuff like that, and computer lab for students, which is also open through the entire night. So if even if you go in the midnight and all, you can still use the computer labs and all. And within the campus, you have the medical center. If you have any problem with your health, you can go and check with the doctor, and then go for further reference after the doctor visit and all. And
I want to add one point.
yeah,
Like even though we have the computer lab for the students, but we suggest if you have laptop, that is better,
yeah,
right? For
yeah.
the post
True.
graduation.
The thing is, like, the first semester you can sail through without having a laptop, but after the first semester, you should really, get a laptop. Even if it is a second-hand laptop, it will be useful because uh, saving some document in a public computer, they won't, that won't ensure your safety.
So,
Okay. So if you have a laptop, it will be of a great help to yourself. That will be a good investment in future as well. So take a
yes.
computer, even if it is a second hand, try to save some money or try to get it from your parents. And but uh, getting a laptop is an essential part, I would say, because in TISS we don't have paper thing. We only have written mail things, and everything is in soft copy. You don't have anything in
Yes.
hard copy. Even the field work reports or assignments, everything is written in computer. Everything is soft copy, so it's better that students have a laptop. Yeah.
Okay.
And then these are some
Yeah.
of the facilities which we have in the campus. It need not be much highlighted, but it is still there. Yeah, you can understand.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yes. So
Yeah.
I think we covered almost all the point, right,
Yeah.
Krishnapriya?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
this
So
is
thank you
the
so much.
tree that you
This.
can find before the
Uh,
dining hall. This is a very photogenic space where every Tissian will take at
yeah,
least one
because
picture in your academic
yeah, with
time.
the TISS logo.
Yeah.
So what I need to tell, I mean, thank you so much because you have spent a lot of time for our students, I mean, subscribers, and usually when I get different mails and calls and all, they usually ask about how we need to prepare for the TISNET
Yeah.
examination now. So I thought of, I mean, calling someone who has written the exam, TISNET examination. I have only written for the PhD
Yeah.
examination. So that's why I thought, Krishna Priya, you will be the apt person to
Mm.
explain all the aspects of this.
Thank you,
So
actually,
thank you so
because
much.
it feels good to share your experiences, because
Yeah.
I personally didn't have a person who, told me such things about campus. So when you have some person telling you about things which you really need to hear,
Yeah.
that might help you, that might, put yourself in that position. Even if it is one
Yes, yes.
student, okay, okay, this, okay, I really wanted to get into this. After seeing your video, that might be really helpful. And I really thank you for the
Yeah.
opportunity.
See, I think what I felt, many students who was thinking like moving into TISS, moving into IIT, IIM as a, I mean, it's very difficult. It's not like that.
Yeah,
As we mentioned earlier, if you are getting a good proper mentoring and proper understanding about the exam patterns and all, anyone can crack.
yeah,
That's what
that's true.
through my experience and yeah, we got
That's
it.
true.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
I
so much.
will again call you for if I need more information or some support from your side.
Sure.
Okay. Okay then. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay.
So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope whatever we have discussed for 1 hour will help you to prepare for the TISS net entrance examination. Please try to follow the tips which was shared by KrishnaPriya. And once again, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the content, please subscribe, share and comment. Also, please suggest with the students who is very interested to apply for the post graduation in TISS. This will help them as well. So thank you so much.